The Dansha mayor, he kept telling us that we need to move, that we don't belong to stay here.
They took all my cutlass, burned my sorghum in the house, and told us this is not our region. They said our land is east of the Tekeze River.
They kept saying every night, we will kill you. Go out of the area.
The fighting followed years of growing tensions between the Ethiopian federal government, led by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, and leaders of Tigray's ruling political party. Government forces were soon joined by security forces from the Amhara region, which neighbors Tigray, as well as soldiers from the country of Eritrea. The conflict has resulted in numerous abuses on both sides and millions of people displaced. Initially, heavy fighting between the Ethiopian military with their allies against Tigrayan fighters took place around western Tigray. Electricity, banking, and telecommunications, including the internet and phone lines to Tigray, were cut off. Residents described heavy shelling and gunfire as Ethiopian and allied forces entered their towns.
When the Ethiopian and Amhara forces entered the town, people were panicked and began running to the farms. They started killing people. No warning, just shooting. They shot at people running.
Soon, an interim administration for Western Tigray was established by forces from the neighboring Amhara region, an administration hostile to the presence of Tigrayans.
Papers said Tigrayans need to leave the town immediately. They were thrown everywhere. So when we woke up in the morning, you should see it on your door or on the way to church, everywhere.
I was in Dansha town, where I have a hairdressing shop. 6 militia came to loot my shop. 2 of them raped me. They said, "You Tigrayan, you should disappear from the land west of Tekeze. You are evil, and we are purifying your blood."
In the first 2 months of their control, they looted everything in the town, all the crops. They took our cows. We had nothing to eat. Everything we had was taken.
The militia would even write on the houses that belong to Tigrayans, "This is ours. This is Amhara house." They told us not to speak in Tigrinya.
Meanwhile, as reports of atrocities became widespread, Ethiopian authorities limited access to Western Tigray for international journalists and human rights and humanitarian groups. In Adi Goshu town, in January 2021, Amhara special forces and militias rounded up around 60 residents, transported them to the Tekeze bridge, and shot them.
The Amhara special forces told us to disembark. They lined us up in rows, cocked their guns, and sprayed us with bullets. We fell in the ditch below. After that, they said, "Tigrayans don't die easily. Shoot again."
As abuses in Western Tigray continued, hundreds of thousands of Tigrayans were forced to flee their homes. Some fled to Sudan, while many more were forcibly displaced to other parts of Tigray in a brutal ethnic cleansing campaign.
After seeing this and other incidents, I thought, what are we expecting? Are we waiting for them to kill all of us? Why don't we cross the Tekeze River while we still have our lives?
We could not access the toilets. They did not give us any food or water. A lot of people were falling ill. There were some people that died from torture. They tie your hands and feet. They hit you in your testicle, your head, and your chest. All of us went through it.
Tigrayans in Western Tigray continued to be subjected to torture, arbitrary detention, and other grave human rights abuses.
All I want is peace. All I want to do is to be able to speak Tigrinya freely, my mother tongue. I am a beekeeper, and all I want to do is work.